What's going on, everybody? My name is Urcelph, and I would like to welcome everybody to the Talk to Yourself podcast. I want to say thank you to everyone who's listening. Thank you for everyone who's watching this, listening, however you're consuming this. I appreciate it. As always, I want to extend my, I just want to say, if you have any recommendations, anything you want to talk about, anything you want me to talk about, we can talk about sports. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk about, see, there you go. I'm going to talk about sports too. We're going to talk about everything, man. We're going to talk about sports. We're going to talk about football season. Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck the Cowboys, But I love Dallas, though, but Jesus Christ. Anywho, we're going to talk about sports, man. We're going to talk about just what's going on in the world, whether it be the music industry, maybe politics. We'll touch on a lot of things. Book reviews also. Yeah, maybe even movie reviews one day. Who knows? But definitely just want to extend that. So if you have any recommendations, I know I'm just getting started with I don't have a lot of anything. I'm just recording on the phone right now until I get all the equipment I need to really make this thing, major. But for now, it's cool. Just got to start somewhere. So on the last episode, I was talking about, so this is part 2. I was talking about Black mental health. If you haven't seen the video previously, basically I started going into how, mental health for Black people needs to be discussed. And it needs to be discussed because it's very disgusting how fucked up we are as a people. We are. I love us, but I love us enough to tell us that we as Black people, collectively, I'm not talking about a particular Black, light skin, dark skin, I'm talking about all of us are really fucked up. And until we address a lot of our trauma that's been passed down from our fathers and mamas, we're not going anywhere as a people. Like as I always say, we're going into 2020 with no vision. Fuck your religion. They want to have us all dead in prison. Seriously. And so I just want to talk about and extend this platform to you. If you have any stories or just whatever, send it all. Tweets, Instagram posts, emails. It can be confidential. It doesn't matter. We can really talk about these things. That's why it's called Talk to Yourself. It's about all of us having these discussions, which is why eventually I want to start having guests and bringing people on and really just have full-on discussions about things. And who knows, maybe, break some barriers and things like that. But I was talking about mental health and how our mental health is really, really fucked up. How we really are as a people, the self-hate, the jealousy, the continuous coonery and buffoonery for jewelry is sickening, man. It's sick. It's sick. We are sick as a people. It's okay to admit that. What's not okay is either not admitting it or admit that we're sick but not do anything about it. Because it's one thing to not do something about something you don't know. That's one thing. But when you know and you still ain't doing nothing, well, shit, I can't feel sorry for you. Because you know. And we still ain't going to do anything about what's going on, the trauma, the self-hate that, what started this conversation. If you didn't watch the last episode, I saw a report, which is similar to a report I saw earlier this year, is that the Black suicide rate has increased in teenagers. Black boys and girls are killing themselves now at a higher rate than before. And the way it's going to continue to happen. Matter of fact, it's going to get worse. So prepare your son for his hearse. I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth, man. Because we don't know our own self-worth. So we put all our value in the fucking chain in the purse. That's what's going on. We don't feel any value for ourselves as a people. I can make the argument that one of the main reasons, one of the top reasons, even if it's not number one, I believe one of the top reasons why we still are basically in the same position as before is because we simply do not value ourselves as Black people. We as Black people do not value ourselves, man. We don't. If we as Black people respected ourselves the way I'm talking collectively. I'm not talking about a particular individual or I'm talking all of us as a unit. There will always be some who don't. But I'm talking, let's say 50%, hell, even half of just the black people in America. It's approximately 40 million black people in America. Let's say you cut that in half. If 20 million black people walking around America full of black pride and black dignity and honor, man, this entire fucking country will look different. I'm dead ass serious. Hell, you can make the argument this entire world would look different right now. But because we don't value ourselves, man, we don't respect ourselves. You don't respect what you don't value. Think about that. You can't respect what you don't value. That's what it is. You can't respect something you don't value that much. I value the hell out of my car, so I'm extra careful when I'm driving it. But if I didn't, I'll just drive reckless and speed because I don't care. We don't value our lives. That's why we don't respect our lives enough to not only preserve our lives, but fight for our lives. Because we are at war and been at war for a long fucking time. And I'm not just talking about no physical war. We are mentally at war and have been. I can make the argument. And if you want to argue, let's argue. Well, let's debate fucking argument, because arguments get you nowhere. Let's have a debate. I can make the argument. Well, I can make the debate. I can make the debate that our mental health is primarily the sole reason why we as black people are where we are. If you take away everything else, our mental health is why we are where we are. That's simple as that. We have a terrible mental state. We are out of our fucking minds because we've been disconnected from the divine. And I'm not talking about a particular God or religion. I'm just talking all of us, man. All of us. The slavery. And that's the thing that's the main thing I want to touch on. Because people will say things like, well, you're not a slave because slavery was abolished. And slavery, Abraham Lincoln or whoever freed the slaves, yada, yada, yada. All this, right? Here's the thing. Here's the thing that people fail to realize. And truthfully, I didn't realize it either until it wasn't even that long ago. Honestly, I think it was within the past year. That we as black people today, I'm gonna stop walking. Because I'm walking in the park right now. For those who ain't listening to this. Those who ain't watching this. But we as black people are still slaves, man. I'm serious. Think about that. We are still fucking slaves. You want to know how? Think about it. Mental slavery will always be stronger than the physical slavery. You can physically enslave someone, but you probably can't mentally enslave them. You can set someone free, but still mentally cage them. Think about it. We all know someone or have seen someone who's going to jail, going to prison. Now, this person is a physical slave to the system now, right? They in the prison cells. They behind bars. When this person is institutionalized, they're physically institutionalized. Now, let's say this person gets out. Let's say, because they call it rehabilitation, right? Rehab, quote unquote. But let's say this person gets out and they are still doing the same things, if not worse, because they are still mentally enslaved. So they will get out still acting like that guy that's behind them bars, even though they are free physically. Think about a woman who's in a domestic relationship, a relationship where she experiences, that was a mistake. A relationship where it's domestic violence. The man is beating on the woman. And let's say he does it for 10 years. Let's say after 10 years, somehow, some way she gets away from the situation. Let's say the guy gets locked up in jail. He gets thrown in prison, yet she's still in prison. Want to know how? Because even though she's physically away from that situation, she is still mentally encaged by him, which is why she will still love him. And then people will wonder why. Why does she still love him? Why won't she just let it go? It's because that man still has her mentally caged. She has battered woman syndrome. We as black people have been getting our asses beat by white supremacy for 400 years, yet we still don't do anything about it. Why? Because we have battered black people woman syndrome. That's what it is. We are mentally fucked up as a people. And it's okay to say that. That's not I love my people, of course. That's why I'm saying all this. If I didn't, I wouldn't say shit. I hope this can plant this. I'm not the most intelligent person. I don't know everything. It's a lot. I'm learning just hell about myself. And just about everything. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to at least plant the seed maybe in someone's mind right now. That's all I can do. I can't, this is not about me trying to get you to change your ways, man. Do whatever you want. As I always say, do for self, do for you. But for the ones out there who will take this and do something with it, I hope that the boy, a little girl, someone can take this and really understand. And don't just take it from me. Go research anyone. Go research Malcolm X. Go research Marcus Garvey. Go research Assata Shakur. Go research the Black Panther Party. I get all my information from them. And of course, I say it in my own way. Go study these people, man. Go study these people. And there's so many others. There was just a few. And you will see. Mental health, black people's mental health is entirely toxic, man. It's entirely toxic. And until we change ourselves, and let me say this real quick too, it's not other people's responsibility to change black people, it's our responsibility. I would never understand why we make it seem like if other groups of people don't like us, we can't. Fuck them people. If people don't want to like black people, so the fuck what? Do we like ourselves is the question. Who cares if these people don't love us? Who gives a fuck? Do we love ourselves? Do we love ourselves? Because you can't tell me we do as a collective. I know a lot of black people who do love themselves. But I'm talking as a collective. Black people in America, black people in Africa, black people in South America, black people in Europe, black people in Asia, hell, black people in Antarctica. Wherever you at. Because this thing is a global problem for us. This ain't just a black man problem in America. What's happening to a black man in Chicago is the same thing that's happening to a black man in the Congos. Anything that's happened to a black man in Compton is happening to a black man in Haiti, or a black man in Cuba, a black man in Mexico, anywhere. Anywhere a black man is, he's dealing with the same problems. Anywhere a black woman is, you better believe she's dealing with the same problems. The same exact problems, man. And as I said before, if we don't do anything about it, we pretty much gone, man. I said it in the previous video, and I'm gonna say it again. We're at the point where we're almost extinct. We're at the point where we are almost extinct as a people. I don't mean physically. Like, do I believe one day black people will physically be gone from this earth? I don't believe so. Because we were first. Therefore, we will be here last. After everything crashed. Because the black man is the original. The black woman is the original. You can't start the world with the black man and end with someone else, because it's going to go into a complete 360. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. But that's another conversation. Here's the thing. Let me speak to the black nation, because we are facing damnation. We need to get the fuck away from Satan. We got to do something about our situation. We got to do more than just fucking pray. I'm sorry, black people. I don't care what your belief is. We got to do more than just pray about it. We got to fucking be about it. Whether you pray to God, Jesus, Allah, whether you pray to a picture of Beyonce or Michael Jackson, I don't give a shit. That's between you and the Lord. Whoever Lord you serve, I don't care. Hell, most of the time, y'all all be saying the same shit anyway. Or Christ said this, or Muhammad said this. Like Eddie Griffin said, did you get the message? We so focused on the messenger instead of the message, and that's another reason why we fucked up. You won't listen to a man like Minister Farrakhan because he's Muslim, even though he's telling you, and he'll tell you something real, but you won't recognize because he's Muslim. But at the same time, you won't listen to this man over here, whoever he is, because he's Christian, or because this man don't believe in God. But yet he's telling you some things that can really plant the seed to shift the entire paradigm, but you won't even listen to him. And you want to know why? It's because we as black people put everything before being black. We as black people put everything else before being black. We'll put our jobs before being black. We put our religion before being black. We put our occupation. We put all of that before being black. We won't work with each other. Oh, you Christian and you Muslim, you believe in comedic science, or you believe in the 5%, so I can't work with you. What? Y'all got the same fucking problems. Who cares who y'all pray to or what y'all believe? This individual over here works there, so they may have a great job. That's great. But you still black. You may have, because, we put everything before being black. Because you got a master's degree from one of the Ivy League schools or whatever. You forgot that you were still black. I think that's why a lot of us try to run away from it, because we don't want to deal with the fact that we're black. A lot of black people don't want to really deal with the fact that they are black people. That's why we do everything to appease other people. We'll celebrate everyone's holidays. We'll dress like them. We'll want to talk like them. They tell us to cut our hair. We cut our hair to look like them. You know what I'm talking about when people, the talking thing, oh, you talk white. Why? Because this person is coherent with their words. You see how everything with us is always associated with ignorance? Think about it. Think about this real quick before I close this video out. When's the last time you heard someone say, man, that person is acting black, and that black person was actually acting intelligent? When was the last time you heard someone say, man, that person talks white, and that person was, you know what I mean? Like when was the last time for that? I lost my train of thought there. My bad. But you get my point. Every time that we as black people, or you say someone is doing something that's associated with being black, it's always something negative. But when it's white, it's always something positive. So if you talking white, you gotta go in there and talk white and press the boss, man, because you gotta get that job. Turn your blackness down to appease their whiteness. That's what's going on, man. We are mentally gone. And it's gonna get worse, because we are heading into 2020 with no vision. Fuck your religion. They're trying to have us all dead or in prison. This is the beginning of many episodes. I'm gonna talk about this. As I always say, I'm researching and reading right now and learning new things. Open to learning new things. So if you have any book recommendations that you want me to read, and maybe I'll talk about in the future, let me know. Maybe a documentary. I've seen The Hidden Colors. I think I've seen the first 2. Let me know. I'll watch them, review them, and we can talk about it and unpack those things. As other things too. As I said earlier, we talk about whatever. Sports, it don't matter. This is the Talk to Yourself podcast. My name is Urcelph. The mission is to change lives one mind at a time. Make yourself great. I'm gone.